Hi, and welcome to chapter 1. In today's chapter, we're going to be looking at our root chakra to start us off for the rest of the themes which correspond to this chapter. So the root chakra is in Sanskrit known as Muladhara. Mula meaning root and Adhara coming from the word base or meaning base. So it is very much associated with the foundations or the base and the rooting down, the grounding down of ourselves and our personalities on both an energetic basis as well as a physical basis, as well as an emotional and mental basis as well. So it is represented by a lotus flower with 4 petals. Its color is the color red. Its element is earth. Its mantra sound, so if we're going to do mantra work to this to help to rebalance it, the sound is lam, L-A-M. So if you're doing your repetition of mantras, you can sit in meditation and repeat lam, 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 in order to have that vibrational frequency to try to unblock or rebalance that part of your energy center. It is located at the base of your spine and the first 3 vertebrae that rise up from the base of your spine. So including your coccyx, base of spine, first 3 vertebrae, and then obviously your sit bones and that area underneath your sit bones as well. So it connects and comes all the way down to your legs, your knees, your shins, and your feet, and it's responsible for this whole area of your body. It is responsible for feelings of groundedness, of security, financial security, stability, and feeling connected to your roots, so to speak. So when this chakra is out of balance, it can either be overreactive or it can be underreactive. If it is overreactive, then it means that it feels no sense of safety. It feels no sense of groundedness, no sense of balance. So it feels unstable, imbalanced. It feels a lot of fear, a lot of panic, a lot of disconnection to where you come from. You would feel very much anxious, have a lot of financial worry, and feel very like flighty, like very I'm not sure what to do. I don't feel like I have anything that roots me down, that connects me, and because I don't have that sense of foundation, I tend to live in panic or in that feeling of insecurity and instability. If it is underreactive, then maybe it is that I take everything that I have for granted. So a lot of the time, those of us who come from maybe very well off or very privileged situations, we may have an underactive root chakra, which means that we take for granted the things that we do have, which give us stability. So we can become a little bit, pig-headed in that way of not recognizing that we have the things that actually give us the feeling of safety and security, such as money, a roof over our head, clothing, being able to not worry about the foundations which keep us alive. Opposite of this, as I mentioned before, is the overreactive, where this is all we worry about all the time, and it kind of sends us into a spin, and we're always feeling worried and always feeling insecure about our situation in life. If we are balanced in this chakra, then obviously we feel stable, we feel secure, we feel financially secure, we recognize the foundations or the things that keep us going in life. So even if we are maybe struggling with some things, we recognize and still are able to find gratitude for the clothes on our body, the roof over our head, the money that we do have in the bank. So we're able to have that groundedness, that sense of balance, and we often also have a strong connection to our roots. We know where we come from. We kind of feel, we don't feel disconnected from our values and our belief systems and all of that. We kind of feel quite strongly rooted in those. So a lot of the time we can look at how chakras can represent in the body in a physical way. So this is just a way that energy may be stored in the body, which aligns to this Muladhara point. So for the root chakra, it may show up in symptomatic physical experiences in the way of problems with your feet, your ankles, your toes, your legs, your knees. So any areas, any problems with your legs or your feet, problems with balancing. So if you have if you feel quite imbalanced and you don't feel secure when you're grounded down on 1 or 2 feet, that can also signify an imbalance in this chakra. And then because it kind of touches and involves our anus and our bowel movements to some degree, feelings of constipation can also be associated with a blockage in this area. And then obviously that feeling of consistent stress and worry, especially around security and your finances and where you've come from. So how do we get these chakras back into balance? So if your chakra is overactive, as in you're panicking, worrying all the time, it's really important for you to find stability within your environment. So to make sure that at least when you come home at the end of the day, you're in an environment that feels stable and safe and secure to you. So that might be the way you decorate your house, the way you decorate your room, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, which connect you back to a feeling of groundedness. If you're underactive, so you're taking these things for granted and you know that you're taking these things for granted, then a really good activity for you is practicing gratitude for the small things in life and keeping a gratitude journal, making sure you say your gratitude every morning and every evening, and driving that attention towards the things that you take for granted to align to and to show that you recognize that you are given stability, security, safety, and that you don't take those things for granted. So making sure you have that conscious awareness of it. When it comes to what we can do, whether it be overactive or underactive, just to create that feeling of equilibrium, the notion of grounding down with the earth. So all the chakras have a connection to earth because, earth is energy and we are energy. So the way that we connect with it, with the earth in order to balance the root chakra is to do anything which grounds us into the earth. So this could be lying down on the earth, on the grass, on the sand, and closing your eyes and feeling the connection of the earth to the rest of your body and really feeling connected to it and heavy with it and allowing yourself to be absorbed by it. So even, doing extended shavasanas and just lying there and really feeling connected. It can mean just walking barefoot in nature. So feeling the earth in between your feet, grounding down into the sand, into the grass, into the soil, and really feeling once again that connection, not a disconnection by having shoes or clothing or all that type of thing. So really being with the earth is a really great way of helping to balance this out. Manifesting is another way to start to engage and balance out the root chakra. So with manifesting, it's not about worrying, so not being overreactive of this space and coming from a place of fear or panic and saying to the universe, why don't I have this, or I really want this, or I'm desperate to have this. Recognizing that desperation and feeling panicked and fear is only going to attract more panic and fear into your life. So a really great tool that I've learned that really works for me when it comes to manifesting is to say thank you in advance for something that you want to manifest. So for example, it would be me saying, closing my eyes down or writing in my journal and imagining that I already have that thing, be it money, be it a feeling that I have in my relationship, be it an outcome I want to have with you guys, my clients, whatever it is. It will be me saying, thank you so much, universe, for allowing the Coming Home program to affect so many women in a positive way and get them on their journey of self-discovery. I'm so humbled and I'm so proud of myself for the feedback that I've received from this program. So that would be an example of me setting, manifesting an intention, manifesting something that I want in a way that is like I already have it, being that it raises my energy, my frequency to match what it is that I want to call into my life. And I'm not going to get into the whole quantum physics side of things, but when we're looking at it in really simple terms, the way that this stuff works is that your vibrational frequency needs to match what you want to bring in. And if you're vibrating from a frequency of panic and fear and anxiety and worry, then that is what's going to attract to you. If you're manifesting or operating at a level of imagining, even if you don't have it, act and feel in a way that you do, so that then that is what comes into your life more so, and that's what you're attracting. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just, you know, we can have a conversation about this in the sisterhood, because it's very fascinating. I've actually only just discovered the whole notion of manifesting quite recently, so obviously I had a bit of work to do there in my root chakra as well. And the last thing is obviously grounding yoga poses, which you will do in this chapter as I guide you through. So grounding yoga poses are things that really connect us. As I said, Shavasana is a very grounding yoga pose, but anything that also connects our feet, our sit bones to the mat, to the earth. So this can be Tadasana, standing strong like a mountain. It can be Malasana, so us coming to our squat pose and pressing our feet down. It can be even bridge, so focusing the roots of the feet entering into the earth and using the foundations to lift your hips up when you are in your bridge pose. Other things are all of your warrior poses, so obviously using our feet to hold us strong. So warrior is our foundational poses, and they are the things that we really ground down to rise up like a warrior and to be able to stand strong in our pose and hold the rest of our body up, prepared for battle or whatever it is that we're going into. So I hope that helps you guys. The basic information is all on your lesson. Write down any thoughts that you have in your journal around how this chakra might show up for you in your life, and then download the journal questions which are associated to this chakra point. So finish those all off, and then I'll see you in the next lesson and get jumping into the theory side of belief systems and values and foundations, and how our perspective of life from childhood shapes so much of the way that we see the world. I will see you there.